Test it. Test 1, 2, 3. Stand by, everybody, for Dayton versus Michigan coming up. College club hockey. We'll be underway in just a few minutes. Stay with us. No. Good evening, everyone, from Kettering Ice Arena in Kettering, Ohio. Welcome once again to Dayton Flyers hockey. My name is Kent Jacobs, along with our producer engineer Jeff Duford. We welcome you to College Club hockey, the second of a two-game series between the Michigan Wolverines and the Dayton Flyers. Last night, it was a hard-fought game. The Wolverines coming away with a 6-5 win in overtime. The Flyers held three different two-goal leads in last night's game, 3-1, 4-2, and 5-3, but could not close it out. The Wolverines tied it in regulation and pulled it out with a minute left in the overtime period. The Dayton Flyers are coached by Tony Morris, assistant coach Chris Sands and Chad Morris and Brendan Moravec. The Michigan Wolverines are coached by Ryan Brown, assistant coach Ian Quant. Goaltenders for tonight's game for Michigan, and it will be Grant Newhart. Grant Newhart, a senior out of Traverse City, Michigan. He's 6'1", 180 pounds. A record of 4 wins and 2 losses with a 1.69 goals against and a .911 save percentage. So fine stats for Grant Newhart coming into tonight's game. For the Dayton Flyers, it will be Dom Grimaldi. Dominic, a junior out of Chicago, Illinois, a marketing communications major. A record of no wins, 2 losses, 1 tie, or 1 overtime loss, I should say. And then a 3.96 goals against average. The Wolverines tonight will be in their maize-colored sweaters, the gold color, with navy blue trunks. The Dayton Flyers will be in their navy blue uniforms, all navy, with a red and white trim. Officials for tonight's game will be Alan Shockey and Eric Schreiner and Greg Leff. Mr. Shockey making his debut as a referee for Flyer games. We had Mr. Leff and Schreiner as 2 of the 3 officials in last night's game. Dom Grimaldi will be in the goal crease to our right, and Grant Newhart to the left. Flyers moving right to left in this opening period. We're all set. Referee Shockey drops the puck, and we're underway. For the Wolverines, here comes Fitzgerald moving in with a shot and a pad save. Wolverines trying to get off to a quick start, it looks like. Here's Fitzgerald, a screen shot turned aside by Grimaldi, and it's off his stick and over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. Face-off in the Dayton zone. Swiatkowski takes the draw for the Flyers. There's a shot at the Dayton net. Stick save by Dom Grimaldi. Swiatkowski stripped of the puck from behind by Stabnik. Puck cleared away by the Flyers. Here's Declan Ployce in his own zone. Rink wide pass. Mygon will flip it to center. Trying to steal the puck is Rutherford in the Michigan zone. He's checked in the corner. There's a shot from the right point by Mygon. That's off the trapping mitt of Grant Newhart. And over the glass, we'll have a face-off. On for the Flyers now. We've got Irwin, Rutherford, and Umhafer. And taking the face-off was Leon Swiatkowski. Puck dumped in the Michigan zone. No score. 1:15 into the game. There's a shot. Pad save by Newhart. On a shot by Brett Smith. And Newhart will hold on to it. Face off from right wing circle of the Michigan zone. Taking the draw for Dayton, Finn Harris. But cleared off the face off. Back to get it, Irwin. Irwin checked by Leiter. Puck comes in on Dayton goaltender Grimaldi, and he'll cover it up. 18:30 to go in the first, no score. Teams change coming on the ice. Jake Kulis for Dayton. We also have Swiatkowski, Jackson Reed, Asher Irwin on for the Flyers. Puck comes in again on Grimaldi. He'll cover it up. Another face-off in the Dayton zone. Puck dropped. Chasing down along these near boards for the Flyers, and clearing it down the ice was Reed. Puck loose in the Michigan zone now. Rothstein trying to clear it, and he does for Michigan. Back to get it for the Flyers is Owen Meichenbaum. Jackson Reed passed to center off a stick, gathered in by Liam McCarthy of Michigan. He can't control it. Puck cleared into the Michigan zone behind the net. Here's Rothstein. Can't clear it. It's held in at the right point by Meichenbaum, and a hard shot from the right point is caught by Newhart. Meichenbaum had a goal last night. A blast of a shot from the right wing circle. Race off in the Dayton zone, and a misplay on the draw, and they'll conduct that face-off once again. Chopping the puck to center for Michigan is Avello Cohen. It comes free into the Dayton zone. Cohen goes down. He got hit. He lost his stick, and he looks like he may have injured a hand or an arm. Maybe he's going to the bench. 3 minutes into period number 1, no score. Racing across center ice for the Wolverines was Sam Karp, and then he's checked behind the Dayton goal. Loose puck, Karp once again. He's hammered down to the ice by Ployce. Big hit for the Flyers by Declan Ployce. Puck cleared away. Back to get it for the Wolverines behind his own. That is Justin Hutchinson. Pass to center. Stabnik over the Dayton line. He lost the handle. Mygon and Stabnik collide behind the net. There's a shot at the Dayton goal, and Grimaldi tried to cover it up but was unable to. Puck still loose in the Dayton zone. Ployce comes away with it for Dayton. Ployce to Mygon, back to Ployce. Ployce pass at center ice intended for Brett Smith was just a little bit ahead of him, and it carries the length of the ice. An icing violation on Dayton. 16:02 left in period 1. 0-0. Face off in the Dayton zone after that icing violation. Stabnik takes the draw against Brett Smith. Or Brett Jones, rather. There I go getting my Smith and Jones mixed up. It's one, they're both named Brett. One is number 29, one's number 26. They're Smith and Jones, and I constantly get them mixed up. My 60-year-old noggin can't keep things straight. There's a shot at the Dayton net. Right on. That was Cody Nielsen. Cody Nielsen, who scored twice last night. Puts one on the Dayton net. Now another shot. Grimaldi, a pad save. Rebound cleared. Wolverines maintain possession at center ice. Trying to chip it in was Leiter. Leiter was the star of last night's game. 2 goals and 2 assists. Wolverines take it in at their own blue line. Now a poke check away by Swiatkowski. He tried to move in, tries to center the puck, but that's broken up. Nice play by Leon to make a play, but the Wolverines are coming back the other way. Here is Morgan Wallstein. Wallstein checked in front of the Dayton net. Flyers coming back. Brett Smith over the line. Takes a shot. It's actually Rutherford, Tom Rutherford. And puck is cleared away after that shot was turned aside. 14.5 to go in period one, no score. Pass at center ice intended for Luca Lazarus is broken up and pops up over the boards onto the Dayton bench, and we'll have a face-off. We will read your chat messages. We'd love to hear from you. We got to speak to several of you folks last night. I was able to meet a couple of the Dayton parents who are in attendance today. Here's a shot at the Dayton net by Jackson Leahy, and Grimaldi will keep it. Was able to meet Patty Ployce, Declan's mom, and we also met the parents of Luke Federico, Mr. and Mrs. Federico, in attendance here from Long Island, New York. The Ployce family from Park Ridge, Illinois. So I guess a suburb of Chicago. So it was great to see those folks here today. The Flyers clear the puck. It carries down to the Michigan goal line, and it was questionable for a moment whether it would pass the goal line for icing, but it does, and so we'll have a face-off back in the Dayton zone. Now there's a penalty on the play. It looks like it's going to be Michigan's Jackson Leahy out of Rye, New York, a sophomore, 5'11", 180. We'll get an announcement on the penalty. 13:48 to go in period one, 0-0. Flyers on a power play. Here's Tom Rutherford, top of the right left wing circle. Centers the puck. It's broken up and stolen away. That was a slashing penalty on Leahy. Flyers back in the Michigan zone. Swiatkowski rims it around to the far side for Smith to Rutherford to Umhafer. Behind the net, back to Rutherford. Back to Smith. Now Swiatkowski. Top of the slot, right wing pass over for Smith. Shot blocked. Swiatkowski is shot. And that's blocked. Puck still live in the Michigan zones. Brett Smith, right wing shot. Blocked. Another shot by Ployce, and then save made by Grant Newhart. And he will hold on to it. Newhart is going to be a tough nut to crack tonight for the Flyers. Senior out of Traverse City, Michigan. 4-2 record, well, 169 goals against. And a 946 save percentage. Outstanding numbers for Newhart. Puck chipped in by Asher Irwin. It rims around the center ice, now back into the Dayton zone. Back to pick it up for the Flyers is Sean Tucker. Tucker checked behind the Dayton net. 40 seconds left in the Dayton power play. Here come the Flyers on another rush. Jackson Reed, pass over for Meichenbaum. He'll tip it in behind the Michigan net. It comes free to Finn Harris. He dumps behind the net. Puck fought for right at the Michigan blue line. Moving in with a shot is Meichenbaum. It's blocked and cleared away. 5 seconds left in the Dayton power play. Puck all the way back behind the Dayton net. That penalty will be killed off by the Wolverines. Here's Finn Harris. Circles in his own zone. Nothing, nothing. 11.5 to go in the first period. There's a big hit on Snyder of Dayton. Puck cleared behind the Flyer net. Ployce after it. Checked by Stabnik. Now it comes behind the net for Asher Irwin. Irwin. Right wing pass up ahead for Connor Kelly. Off a stick behind the Michigan net now. Puck held in left point by Mygon, but then it's kicked away by Liam Burns. Mygon back to get it in his own zone for Snyder. Now pass behind the Dayton net for Declan Ployce. Racing on right wing through center ice over the Michigan line. Ployce. Check there in the corner by Hutchinson. Wolverines come away with it. Give and go pass to Hutchinson over the Dayton line. Shot right on, and the save is made by Grimaldi. 10:28 to go in the first period. Nothing the score. Face off in the Dayton zone, left wing circle. Carson Lloyd took the draw, but the Flyers come away with it. There's a big hit on Liam Burns right along the boards at the Dayton bench, and there's a whistle. Colin Umme for having a word with referee Greg Leff. Puck was out of play. We'll have a face-off in the Flyer zone. It will be Carson Lloyd, the senior out of Englewood, Colorado, taking the draw against Leon Swiatkowski. Swiatkowski wins it. It's to Liam Burns. Burns couldn't clear it. Now there's a big hit as the puck comes all the way down the ice. Out of the net is Newhart to tip it to the corner. Here come the Wolverines the other way. Sam Karp. Rink wide pass is broken up. Flyers clear the puck to center. There is Owen Meichenbaum trying to fight off Carson Lloyd in the Michigan zone. Here's Reed, a shot. Newhart. Jackson Reed had it all alone. Now a shot by the Flyers. Finn Harris is caught by Newhart. Jackson Reed, the puck came to him in the left wing circle, and he walked in all alone on Newhart. But Newhart had the angle covered and was able to turn aside that shot. 9:32 to go in the first. No score. Flyers in the all-Navy uniforms. Michigan in the maize sweaters and the Navy trunks. Puck shot into the corner by Jack White in the Dayton zone. Brett Smith is able to clear it away. Puck now behind the Michigan net. Hutchinson tries to clear it. It's off a stick. Past the center ice now for Nick Leiter over the Dayton line. Nick Leiter trying to walk in front is poke checked away. Cody Nielsen fans on a shot from the right wing circle for Michigan. Puck still in the Dayton zone. There's a shot by Nick Leiter, and it's off a stick and over the glass. And we'll have a face-off. Lively first period, 0-0. There's been one penalty in this contest. So it was on Michigan. Jackson Leahy, slashing minor, but the Wolverines killed that penalty off. Puck in the Dayton zone now, far corner, Mike Burke for Ployce. Ployce now will circle in front of his own net. Poised pass to center off the stick of Brett Jones. Puck caroms in front of the Michigan net. Rothstein passes to center for teammate Leahy. He'll dump it in behind the Dayton net. Puck cleared back to the blue line, chipped over for Morgan Rothstein, and he's checked. Puck comes to neutral ice. Munger being checked by Sean Tucker. Munger dumps it off. It's broken up, picked up by Sean Tucker of Dayton, dumped behind the Michigan net. Puck rims around to the far corner of the Michigan zone, picked up by the Wolverines' Leahy. Leahy, rink wide pass Rothstein. Off the far boards to center, intercepted by Meichenbaum. Gets around a check, moves in, side of the net. And a tip. Oh, and it's blocked and deflected away. What a move, though, by Meichenbaum. Puck shot again at the Michigan net. Saved by Newhart. And here comes a breakout for Fitzgerald. A shot is wide. There was a big chance by Evan Fitzgerald, but unable to score. 6:50 to go in the first period. Puck held in for the Flyers at the Michigan line by Federico. Bangs it off the end boards. It caroms to center ice. To Asher Irwin of Dayton at his own blue line. Irwin. Pass at center off a stick. Behind the Michigan net. And it's icing against Dayton. Face off in the Flyer zone. And it's out of play off a stick right from the draw. Got a couple of messages. We got Daz VR says, I'm Dominic's brother in Dayton's, the Dayton goalie. Nice to hear from you, Daz. Steve Stabnick, a Michigan fan, says Picker shows 3-0 Dayton. I think they fixed that. Thanks a lot, Steve. Nice to hear from you tonight. We had a barn burner last night, and it is a very tight game this evening so far as well. 6:08 to go, first period. Face-off will be in the Michigan zone. Left wing circle, Swiatkowski. For Dayton against Feinstein of Michigan. Feinstein wins the draw. Flyers, though, trying to hold the puck in the Michigan zone. There for the Flyers at the right point was Brett Smith. Rims it around to the left point for Asher Irwin. Irwin can't hold it in. Racing back is Karp of Michigan. Karp fires, and the save made by Grimaldi off of his trapping mitt. Big chance by Sam Karp. He went 1-on-2. Now the other way. Rutherford had a shot, but it's cleared away by the Wolverines' Sam Karp. Loose puck at center. Hafer will tip it in to the side of the Michigan net. It's played by goaltender Newhart. Here comes Stabnick, or Carson Lloyd of Michigan. He's checked. Puck dumped behind the Flyer net. Whistle. With 4:58 to go in period number one. Do we have a penalty coming up? It looks like Jackson Reed for cross-checking of Dayton. Jackson Reed out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Leading scorer on this Flyer team with 8 goals. But he will be in the box for a couple of minutes. First power play of the game for the Wolverines. Avello Cohen, who was injured earlier, now is back on the ice. Couldn't hold it in. It's cleared away. Back behind for Michigan, behind the Michigan net. Cohen back to get it. Had Manning. Nielsen dumped behind the Dayton net. Puck cleared to the blue line. Held in by Nielsen for Nick Leiter. And his shot is caught by Grimaldi. And we started a little bit early. Last night we told you it would be a 9:30 start time, but a high school scrimmage that was held before this game here at Kettering Ice Arena ended early, so they were able to move this game up a little bit. Puck behind the Dayton net. There's a tussle there and a whistle, as the Michigan, or rather the Dayton net has come off its mooring and will be reset. 1:19 left in the Michigan one-man advantage. 4:16 to go in period 1. Face off in the Flyer zone, left wing circle. They fight for it in the corner. Puck kicked back to the blue line. It's held in by the Wolverines' Jack White. Dumps behind the net. Flyers get it. It's cleared back to the center red line. Wolverines take it back there. Evan Fitzgerald. Pass off the stick to teammate Jack White. He's checked by Rutherford. He'll dump it into the Michigan zone. Back to get it for Michigan. Evan Fitzgerald. 45 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Evan Fitzgerald over the Dayton line. Dumps it in the far corner. Flyers pick it up there. It's cleared back to neutral ice. Dumped in by Jordan Rivera of Michigan. They fight for it in the near corner along the boards. Now it's shot down the ice after Umhafer of Dayton. It has it stripped away. A nice play by Morgan Rothstein to prevent a shorthanded breakout by Colin Umhafer of Dayton. Penalty killed off. Reed back out of the box. Wolverines clear it back into the Flyer zone. Back is Declan Poyce. Poyce knocked down by Avello Cohen. Puck fought for in the far corner of the Dayton zone. It's cleared to center. Circling with the puck, Rothstein. He'll dump it behind the Dayton net. Back to get an Asher Irwin of Dayton. Irwin for Reed. Clears down the ice, and that'll be an icing violation on the Flyers. I think Jackson may have thought there was a teammate at center to take that pass in, but no one was there, and it carries the length of the rink. Face off in the Flyer zone. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in period 1. From the draw, Leahy wins the face-off for Michigan. And the puck pops off his stick out of play, and we'll have another face-off. Leahy once again against the Flyers' Brett Jones. Jones wins it, puck cleared to center. Back to get it for Michigan, Avello Cohen, senior out of Baltimore, Maryland. There's a shot by Leahy and a rebound, and they score. Initial shot was a pad save for Grimaldi, but there to knock in the rebound is Luca Lazarus. Luca, spelled Luka, Luka Lazarus, a junior out of Toronto, Ontario. 5'11", 170 pounds, his second goal of the season. That's an even strength goal, and Michigan leads it 1-0. For the Flyers, back to get the puck in his own end is Brett Smith. Can't clear it, however. Now Jackson Leahy is credited with the assist. Luka Lazarus with his second goal of the season. 1:37 left in the first. 1-0 Wolverines. Flyers clear the puck from the draw. Back to get it for Michigan is Hutchinson. Pass up ahead for Lloyd. Carson Lloyd, a shot off the side of the Flyer net. They fight for it behind the cage. Puck kicks free to the corner. Flyers shoot to center. That was Luke Federico clearing the puck. Flyers, Charlie Snyder at his own line is checked. 1 minute left in period one. Two players tangle up and go down behind the Dayton net. That's Mike Mygon. I'm trying to see who the Michigan player was. Both of those players might go off for interference or roughing or something. As they, or maybe a hook. It looks like a hooking minor. So Jack White of Michigan goes out on a hook. Second penalty of the game on Michigan. Looks like, well, let's see, there's nothing on the board yet. I think that's the only penalty. The Flyers have 5 guys out there. So it'll be a Dayton power play. 51 seconds left in the first period. Flyers trying to tie this game up. They're down 1-0 from the draw in the Michigan zone. Smith for Dayton at the blue line. Rink wide pass. Rutherford. The Swiatkowski in the corner. Swiatkowski shoots toward the Michigan net. It's blocked in front. Swiatkowski, rink wide pass to the point. Brett Smith, a shot! He scores! Brett Smith from the right point. A power play goal. For Brett Smith, the senior out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, his third goal of the season. Brett is civil engineer major. Likes to work out when he's not playing hockey. And that working out pays a dividend right there with a hard shot from the right point that's up over the glove hand of Newhart and into the Michigan net to tie the game. Flyers had 2 power play goals last night, so Coach Morris should be pleased with his special teams work this weekend. Asher Irwin carries the puck back into his own zone, and the first period has elapsed. The score after 1, the Flyers won and the Wolverines won. And we'll get an announcement on the goal to see who the assists go to. Oh. Okay, so a change on the goal as Leon Swiatkowski got a tip on that shot from Brett Smith at the right point. And so the goal goes to Swiatkowski for Leon, his first of the season. Junior out of Mundelein, Illinois, business finance major. So congratulations to Leon, his first goal. The assists go to Brett Smith for that shot from the right point, and to teammate Colin Umhafer for the pass back to Smith to start that scoring sequence. For Mr. Smith, that is his third assist of the season, and for Colin Umhafer, that's his third. Colin Umhafer, a senior out of Long Island, New York, finance major. And the goal in this first period for the Michigan Wolverines was by Luca Lazarus, 5'11", 175-pounder, junior out of Toronto, Ontario. For Luca, his second goal of the season. The assist on the Michigan goal went to Jackson Leahy, his first of the season, sophomore out of Rye, R-Y-E, like rye bread, Rye, New York. Got a message from Chris Wilkins. Hello, Chris. How are you this evening? Says good luck to the Tampa Bay Hockey Club tomorrow. Let's beat the Everblades. You're going to have to explain that one to me, Chris. I don't know. Where that, the context of where that comment enters in, but nice to hear from you this evening. Let's see. So we appreciate everybody joining us this evening. We are emanating from the Kettering Ice Arena in Kettering, Ohio. My name is Kent Jacobs. We're here with our producer engineer, Jeff Duford. And as I always like to say, it's good to be emanating from somewhere. Let's see what's happening in the world of sports while we wait for the Zamboni. A young lady driving the Zamboni this evening. Let's take a look at college football here on this Saturday. The Ohio State Buckeyes had fairly easy time as expected with the Purdue Boilermakers. Final score, the number one ranked Buckeyes 34 and Purdue 10. Other games, ranked teams, Wake Forest is leading number 14 Virginia 13-9 in the fourth quarter. That's an upset in the making. Good game down in Louisville. The California Golden Bears are tied with the Louisville Cardinals, 23 apiece in the fourth quarter. Fourth-ranked Alabama leads LSU 17-6. third quarter. 10th ranked Notre Dame all over Navy, 42-10 in the third quarter. A near upset, Penn State falls to second-ranked Indiana, 27-24. Michigan or Indiana had to pull that game out at the end. Third-ranked Texas A&M over 22nd-ranked Missouri, 38-17. That's a final. So the Tigers will probably drop out of the top 25. Fifth-ranked Georgia all over Mississippi State, 41-21. Number 6, Ole Miss is clobbers the Citadel, 49-0. Ninth-ranked Oregon has defeated 20th-ranked Iowa, 18-16. Number 16, Vanderbilt over Auburn in overtime, 45-38. Number 18, Miami clobbers Syracuse, 38-10. That's a final also. Another final. Wisconsin out of the Big Ten has upset number 23 Washington, 13-10. So the Huskies of Washington will probably fall out of the top 25. Last night it was number 19 USC over Northwestern, 38-17. NHL hockey tonight. Hold on a second. Malfunction. Let's see what's happening in the NHL. Final in overtime. The Seattle Kraken defeated the St. Louis Blues 4-3. Blues get a point, but lose. They're off to a rough start. The Boston Bruins are leading Toronto 4-3. In the third period, Toronto off to kind of a rocky start. Final score, New Jersey 2, Pittsburgh 1 in a shootout. Final in overtime, Ottawa 3, Philadelphia 2 in overtime, so the Flyers get a point. Dallas has defeated Nashville 5-4. Montreal has defeated Utah 6-2. Tampa Bay has knocked off Washington 3-2. That's the final also. Another final, the Islanders 5, the Rangers nothing. Another final, Hurricanes 6, Sabres 3. Later on tonight, it'll be Colorado at Edmonton, Columbus at Vancouver, Anaheim at Las Vegas, and Florida at San Jose. College basketball today, the Dayton Flyers knocked off the University of Maryland at Baltimore County 77-71. That was at the UD Arena. And the Flyers go to 2-0 on the season. They have a big game coming up on Tuesday against the Cincinnati Bearcats down in the Queen City. That'll be a hard test for the Flyers. Elsewhere, college basketball, 8th-ranked Brigham Young over Holy Cross at halftime, 58-25. Final, number 15, Alabama knocks off number 5, St. John's, 103-96. It's an NBA score. 6th-ranked Duke clobbers Western Carolina, 95-54. 2nd-ranked Houston over Towson State, 65-48. Number 16, Tennessee, 95, the Northern Kentucky Norse, 56. It was 14th ranked Arkansas, losing to number 22 Michigan State 69-66. Later on tonight, 21st ranked Gonzaga will host the Oklahoma Sooners. National Basketball Association tonight. Fourth quarter, 76ers 125, Raptors 116. Fourth quarter, Hawks 111, Lakers 86. Third quarter, Cavaliers 92, Bulls 88. Fourth quarter, Trailblazers 103, Heat 102. Fourth quarter, Spurs 101, Pelicans 87. Second quarter, Nuggets 48, Pacers 30. One final score, it was Dallas 111, Washington 105. Later on tonight, Phoenix at the LA Clippers. PGA Tour, I played a little bit of golf this afternoon. I played badly. In the PGA, Higo leads the Worldwide Tech Championship. And on the LPGA, Miss Hatoika leads the Toto Japan Classic. I don't know who any of those golfers are. So. Here in Kettering, Ohio, it is 1-1, the Dayton Flyers and the Michigan Wolverines. Got a message from Dave Reed. Hey, Dave, how's it going? He says, hi, Kent. What's the Dayton number 50 on the tour sweatshirt? The only thing I can think is it's a fit. Is that? Do you know, Jeff, what the 50 is? It's not the 50th anniversary of the program because the Flyer basketball program goes back at least 70 years. I don't know, Dave. These sweatshirts were a gift to both Jeff and I at the end of last season. The only thing I can think, it might be the 50th anniversary of the UD Arena. That could be what it is. That could be what it is, Dave. The UD Arena turned 50 years old, I believe. Here come the Flyers. Leon Swiatkowski is shot at the Michigan net is high and wide. Puck ricochets from the inboards to center ice, dumped back in by Rutherford. He's checked. Here comes Blake Feinstein of Michigan. He'll slide it in the Dayton zone. Irwin will dump it back out. Puck chipped back in the Dayton zone. Umhafer clears to the blue line. Backhanded into the Dayton zone again by Rivera of Michigan. It rims to the far side. Umhafer clears. Puck poke checked away by Brett Smith of Dayton. Puck now in the near corner of the Dayton zone. Rivera trying to make a play to Nielsen. Cody Nielsen lost the puck along the boards. Nielsen gathers it back in near the blue line. He's checked into the far boards. Now pinning a Flyer behind the net was Rivera. Flyers able to clear the puck to center to Umhafer. Past the red line, he'll dump it in. Newhart out of the net for Michigan to set it up for teammate Justin Hutchinson. Hutchinson tried to drop it off to Leiter, but he wasn't looking for it. And it carries down it's covered up, and we'll have a face-off. 18:06 left in period 2. 1-1 the score. Goal scorers Lazarus for Michigan, Swiatkowski for Dayton. Liam Burns for the Flyers. To JT Koulis. Koulis carries to center. He's tied up there. Puck comes in on the Michigan net. It's picked up by Leahy. Drops it off at center to Hutchinson over the Dayton line. Fires, and a save made by Grimaldi. Dom moves out off the corner of the crease to cut off the angle on that shot. Nice effort by Justin Hutchinson, senior out of Scottsdale, Arizona, as he streaked all the way down the right wing and came in on the Dayton net, but a nice save by Grimaldi. From the draw, puck comes back in the Michigan zone. Played by Lazarus. Puck is flipped to neutralize right to the red line. Mygon has it for Dayton. Pass for the Flyers, Connor Kelly. He shoots it on net. Save made by Grant Newhart. And he will hold on to it for a faceoff. From the draw, shot by Mygon is right on, and the save by Newhart. He'll hold on to it. Mike Mygon, junior out of Park Ridge, Illinois, looking for his first goal of the season. But Newhart able to make the stop. Face off left wing circle. Snyder of Dayton lost the draw. Puck cleared to center. Flyers dump back in. Back to get it for the Wolverines of Elo Cohen. Behind his own net. Rims it to neutral ice. Racing after it for the Wolverines was Stabnik. He's knocked down. Flyers come away with it. Mygon, he gets rammed into the boards at center ice by Tyler Burns. Here comes Fitzgerald for the Wolverines. Tips it toward the Dayton net, but wide. Here's Fitzgerald again, a shot. It's wide of the far post. Wolverines maintain possession in the Dayton zone. There's Cohen from behind the net. Checked to the boards by the Flyers, Mygon. Flyers clear it. Back to get it for Michigan is Noah Gumma. Gumma for Burns. Over the Dayton line, a shot, stick save by Grimaldi. Rebound to the corner. Trying to move in. Karp with a backhand shot, and he scores. Nice play by Sam Karp. Took the puck in, moved into the slot area. Actually, that was Lloyd. It was Lloyd, not Karp. It was number 42, not number 12. So, correction, Carson Lloyd. Backhand shot from the slot area between the face-off circles. Carson Lloyd, senior out of Englewood, Colorado, 5'8", 160 pounds. For Lloyd, his third goal of the season. And the Wolverines take a 2-1 lead. Here come the Flyers. Here is Sean Tucker. He'll dump it in the Michigan zone, but then he is taken down to the ice by Jack White. White fell down, and in the course of doing so, he trips up. the Flyer player, and will go to the penalty box for tripping. Actually, interference. So Jack White, interference. He slid down to the ice, lost his edge, and went down, and in the course of doing so, took a Flyer player down with him. And so Jack White out of Jackson, Michigan, sophomore, will head off to the penalty box for White, his second penalty of the game. Carson Lloyd's goal, assisted by Tyler Burns. The Wolverines almost scored again in that sequence, but here comes Declan Ployce. Ployce behind the Michigan net. Ployce, ambushed by three Wolverines, has it checked away to center. Here's Cohen of Michigan. Rink-wide pass for a shot by Cody Nielsen, and he scores. Cody Nielsen. Set up by Avello Cohen. A short-handed goal, and the Wolverines take a 3-1 lead. Cody Nielsen, 5'11", 180-pounder out of Burlingame, California. Senior, his fourth goal of the season. Mr. Nielsen, his third goal of this weekend. He scored twice last night. Flyers still have a minute left in their power play. Trying to get back in this one. Meichenbaum over for Jones. Back to Irwin at the left point. Right point, Meichenbaum. Tyler Burns, the assist on that goal by Nielsen. Now the other way, a chance by Nick Leiter is blocked by a Flyer player. Here moving in is Carson Lloyd, a shot. And Grimaldi got a piece of that one. 15 seconds left in the Flyer power play, but they're in the wrong end of the rink. They need to get out of their end. Starting out, Irwin. Meichenbaum. Pass at center. Intended for Reed. It bangs off the wall, and it's cleared back behind the Dayton net. And that'll be an icing violation as the penalty had expired. And so we'll have a face-off back in the Michigan zone. 13:27 left in the second period. It's now 3-1. In favor of the Wolverines. Here's a pass for Feinstein, a shot, and Grimaldi the save. Tom Grimaldi's played very well tonight, but the Wolverines have taken a 2-goal lead. Face off in the Flyer end and the right wing circle. There's a shot from the left point by Michigan's Noah Gumma, is wide. Wolverines maintain possession. Here's Gumma, shot wide again from the left point. In the corner, Feinstein. Lost it. Picking it up, Gumma. Noah Gumma. Checked by Mygon. Mygon steals the puck away in the corner. Now behind his own net. He's rammed into the boards by Lloyd. Or check that. That was Sam Karp. Here come the Flyers into the Michigan zone. Behind the back pass, and two Flyers collide and go down. That was Umhafer. He's up. He's all right. Here's Tom Rutherford trying to move in. They toward the Michigan net. He's checked, puck cleared away. Flyers dump back in. Leahy clears the puck to center. Ployce picks it up for the Flyers. Pass to Tucker. Tucker will dump it in. Tucker chases it down behind the Michigan net. He's rammed into the boards there by Gumma. Hard and heavy physical play. Pass in front of the Michigan net. It's Ployce's shot blocked. And from the blocked shot, here comes Avello Cohen the other way, a shot. Pad save by Grimaldi. Fast and furious action. Here comes Declan Ployce. Circles behind his own net now. Over for Meichenbaum, clears to center. Playing the puck now for the Wolverines. Munger, pass to center. Carried over the Dayton line. A centering pass for Burns is broken up. Puck loose behind the Dayton net. Cleared to the blue line, held in by Munger. For Fitzgerald. He couldn't pick it up. Puck knocked to center ice. Burns will play it for Michigan. Burns over for Rothstein over the Dayton line. Centering pass. Broken up by Meichenbaum. Meichenbaum trying to clear the puck. It's held in. Loose along the near boards. Tyler Burns couldn't control it. It's knocked over to the far corner. Now from behind the net, Declan Ployce has it knocked off his stick. It's played by Grimaldi. He'll hold it. There'll be a face-off. 10:26 to go in the second period. Fast and furious action. We heard from RBW. Says, way to go, Luca. Nice to hear from you tonight, RBW. And for Luca Lazarus, that was his second goal of the season. 3-1, the Wolverines lead it. Here's Cody Nielsen, a shot wide of the Dayton net. From the end boards, it's played by Leiter. Rink wide pass. Hutchinson shot. Pad save. Grimaldi will hold on to it. 10:04 to go in the second. Michigan scores. Lazarus, Lloyd, and Nielsen. The Flyers score Swiatkowski. Here comes Asher Irwin for the Flyers, barreling through center. He'll backhand it behind the Michigan net. After it for the Flyers, Kulis. Can't pick it up. Here come the Wolverines. Hutchinson centering for Leiter, but that play did not develop. Now a shot at the Dayton with Grimaldi down, and there's a pileup, and a little bit of a skirmish is broken up. Grimaldi down on the seat of his pants. He's able to keep the puck out. Asher Irwin of the Flyers coming back to the bench, and we've got a penalty. It looks like it's going to be Michigan's Jack White. And Jack White, for interference, that's his third penalty of the game. And second interference. I don't know if it's 3 strikes and you're out. There's no such thing as too many penalties and you get kicked out, is there? That's that guy's third one. Face off in the Michigan zone. Puck cleared away. This is a very important power play for the Flyers. Now we've got another penalty coming up, a delay of game. Referee Schreiner at the scorer's table Looks like it's on Dayton. So as soon as I mention it's a very important power play for the Flyers to get back in the game, down 3-1, it looks like they have a penalty. And we're going to be 4-on-4. Face off in the Flyer zone, 9:23 to go in the second. Kent Jacobs from Kettering Ice Arena, along with our producer engineer Jeff Duford. Wait a minute, they put the penalty up on the Michigan side, but that's not right. Flyers have 4 guys on the ice, so the penalty was on Dayton. Delay of game minor. They will correct that. There we go. Glad you could be with us on this Saturday night. Leahy for Michigan. Over for Cohen. Shot. Blocked. Rebound into the corner. For the Flyers, there was Brett Smith rimming it around the far side down the ice. Puck carries down beyond the Michigan goal line. It'll be icing on Dayton. The teams are at even strength. It's 4-on-4, so that is an icing violation. Michigan will have an 8-second power play once the Flyers, or once the Michigan penalty to White. There's a shot by the Wolverines, and they score. It pings in off the goalpost or the crossbar. One or the other, you could hear it. The penalty on Dayton was on goaltender Grimaldi for a delay of game. So that's an even strength goal, and the Wolverines now lead at 4-1. I didn't see who got the tip. We'll wait for the announcement on that goal. Now, the second period has not gone well for the Flyers. They need to regroup, and puck is dumped in behind the Michigan net. There's Sam Karp. Karp ridden into the boards there by the Flyers' Finn Harris. Wolverines come away with the puck. Yeah, I couldn't make that out. I'll have to find out who this. Well, now they didn't. Was that not a goal? The puck looked like it pinged in off the post. Wait a minute. Hold on, folks. Yes, they did score. So it was Cody Nielsen with the goal. His second of the game, his fourth of the weekend. And it is 4-1 Michigan. So Nielsen unassisted. And now Dom Grimaldi is down on his hands and knees and looks injured. He's being attended to by Meichenbaum and Reed. Grimaldi now is leaning. He's taking his mask off. He's leaning against the goal. Now he's got his mask back on. Maybe he'll be okay. We hope Dom is all right. We're shaken up. Looks like he'll remain in the game. So 4-1 Michigan. That 8-second power play was over with now. The teams are both back to full strength. Here's Declan Ployce. For the Flyers, Ployce racing across center ice. Over the Michigan line, Ployce, a shot. It's wide of the Wolverine goal. Tucker holds it in along the boards. Ployce back now for teammate Luke Federico. His shot is blocked. Wolverines carry it out. Here comes Liam McCarthy at the Dayton net. A shot and a pad save by Grimaldi. Rebound picked up by Colin Umhafer. Right wing pass, Ployce. Ployce will dump it in and head to the bench on a line change. Wolverines pick it up, and here they come. Pass it center to McCarthy off of his stick. Played by Meichenbaum of Dayton. He'll dump it in. For the Wolverines, Hutchinson. Behind his own net, couldn't clear it. It's held in by Brett Smith. But now cleared away by the Wolverines, and we've got another whistle. The crowd is yelling at somebody, yelling at these Wolverines. Do we have a penalty? It looks like Jackson Leahy referee Schreiner saying he went to the face, or went to the head, and he's got a roughing minor. So for Leahy, that's his second penalty of the game. His first one was a slash. Got a mention from Anthony White. Hello, Anthony. Jack's 3 penalties. That's a hat trick. Hat trick from earlier in the year. So power play chance again for the Flyers, trying to get back in this game, down 4-1. Yeah, so Jackson White earlier in the game, we got a mention from Anthony White. That's the penalty hat trick. Or, I tell you what, Anthony, what we could do is for the game, we can name the penalty box the Jack White penalty box for the Wolverines. Now there's an elbowing minor. Boy, this game is, and it's on the Flyers. Things are getting a little chippy, folks. Let's see who that penalty was on. It was an elbowing minor. So we're back to 4-on-4. Here's Lloyd at the Dayton net, shot and the save. Rebound is centered but intercepted. So JT Koulis, the penalty. JT out of Chicago, freshman. And we've got another whistle. We've got a hooking minor coming up on somebody. Trying to see who went in. It's on Michigan. We get an announcement on the penalty. Flyers now have it 4-on-3. They have to score if they want to contest this game. Back to get it in his own zone is Brett Smith. Smith across center over the Wolverine line. Drops it off. Lining up a shot. Declan Ployce off the goalpost. And covered by Newhart. Oh, Declan Ployce moved in top of the slot. Center point. Rifled a wrist shot in, and it pings off the, sounded like off the crossbar. And right down to the crease, and it's covered by Newhart. So that last penalty, Nick Leiter for hooking. Fires. There's a shot by Meichenbaum, deflects wide. Meichenbaum struggling to hold it in, he does, but then it's tipped away. A foot race back the other way. Here comes Stabnik, and we've got a whistle. Stabnik, and there is a slashing penalty coming up. Stabnik of Michigan stole the puck and started racing down the ice, and then he was chopped at to try to break up that breakaway. Boy, things are really getting out of hand. That penalty was on, actually, yeah. Well, let's see who. It was on the Flyers, which is what I thought. We'll get a number. There's a shot by Jack White. Blocked. White gets it back. White from behind the net. White back to Nielsen. Left point. Nielsen. Right wing circle. Shot. Hutchinson. Blocked. Loose behind the Dayton net. Comes out to the point. Hutchinson. Nielsen. Rink wide for Fitzgerald. Back to Nielsen. Hutchinson. Nielsen. Backhander wide. Puck still in the Dayton zone. Behind the net, Nielsen. Meichenbaum got the slash. One-time shot by the Wolverines. Burns is blocked. Puck centered again. Jackson Reed steals it. Reed trying to headman Asher Irwin. It bounces a little bit past him. And we've got a whistle. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a sequence of events. Steve Stabnik. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Steve says tonight's game has become a penalty barn burner. You got that right. Last night was I think, a pretty clean game last night, but boy, this one very chippy. Now here comes Nick Leiter over the Dayton line. He's ridden into the boards. Loose puck. Hutchinson fires. Save made by Grimaldi, and the rebound is cleared away. Played by goaltender Newhart. Drops it off to teammate Jack White. White tied up by Declan Ployce behind the Michigan net. Wolverines come away with it. Here comes Nick Leiter. Leiter over the Dayton line. Poke checked away. Nice play there by Tommy Rutherford. Now Rutherford at center. Checked right at the red line. Puck stolen away by Rothstein. Shot. And that's blocked. 2 minutes left in a wild second period. Feinstein checked at center. Puck poked back into the Michigan zone. Lloyd back to get it. Lloyd. Federico tried to steal the puck, went sliding into the boards. He's back on his feet. Puck centered. Tucker a shot. Pad save by Newhart. Rebound to the near corner. Rim to the far side. Held in by Rutherford. Sidestep to check. Rutherford. Backhander blocked. Puck behind the net. In the Michigan zone. A minute and a half to go in period two. Migon couldn't quite hold it in. Flyers have to circle back. Here's Luke Federico over the Michigan line. Federico checked by Cohen. Puck rimmed along to this near side. Along the boards. Carries to center. Picked up by McCarthy. Drop pass. Lazarus' shot blocked. A minute left in the period. Pass at center for Finn Harrison. He's hip checked off the puck, and there's a whistle. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It is. And now that hip check is going to be called a kneeing penalty, and it is on. You got it, Mr. White. So Anthony White, we are going to see Jack sent once again to the Jack White celebrity penalty box. Flyers on a power play, down 4-1. There's a shot by Irwin, high and wide. That's his fourth penalty of the game. Irwin back to get it for the Flyers. His pass tipped away by Stabnik. Tries to center, sliding across the slot was Jordan Rivera. Somehow the puck stayed out of the Dayton net on that sequence. Loose puck picked up by Nielsen, tried to jam it in. And no goal, no goal. The Wolverines celebrated for a moment, but Grimaldi was down. It looked like Nielsen was trying to cram it in along the near post. That would have been a hat trick. It would have been a second period hat trick. And there's a conference between two of the referees, Mr. Leff and Mr. Schreiner. Let's see what happened. What is the call? They waved the goal off. Now referee Schreiner having a word with Michigan coach Ryan Brown. That would have been a second period hat trick for Nielsen had that goal counted. But it is waved off emphatically by the referee behind the net looking down on the play. We've got a message from Joanna Cohen. Hello, Joanna. How are you this evening? She says, thank you for the terrific play-by-play. Thank you very much, Joanna. Appreciate that comment. Well, there's all kind of conferences going on. Michigan players are conferring, as are the Flyer players. 1.6 seconds left in the second period. Flyers on a power play for another minute 15. Coach Brown of Michigan having a strong conversation with referee Greg Leff. Uh-oh. There was some. I hope that I hope those comments didn't carry up to the microphone up here. They dropped the puck, and that's the end of the second period. What a wild second period. Holy cats almighty. So that goal did not count. Cody Nielsen, he's got his helmet off. I think he's a little perturbed that he would have had a hat trick, but they called it off. There was a intense conversation between referee Leff and Coach Brown of Michigan. And Coach Brown expressed his opinion on the refereeing capabilities of the crew this evening. So I just hope that comment didn't carry to the microphone up here. So there we go. After 2 periods of play, 4-1, the Wolverines lead it over the Flyers. Let's go back over the scoring in the second period. Not a good period for the Flyers. It was 1-1 after 1, and things look good. And Coach Brown's still carrying on. The argument with the referees. Got a message from Steve Stabnick, says, "Go get him, Brownie." he was getting them. I don't know. There was some rule that Coach Brown was arguing with the referee staff, and I heard him say, "If you don't know the rule, blah blah blah." So, but I don't know what rule he's referring to. I don't know. That the play was stopped right at the goal line. Goaltender Grimaldi was down on the ice. There were guys all around the crease, and the Wolverines started to celebrate. Cody Nielsen was trying to cram the puck in as he crossed in front of the goal crease and tried to forehand it in the net with Grimaldi down on the ice. And the Wolverines thought they scored, but the referee standing right behind the net looking down on the play, he waved it off immediately, but then there was a long conference. But the end result is that they did not score on that play. But in the second period, let's go over the scoring. For the Wolverines, Carson Lloyd, a senior out of Englewood, Colorado, gets his third goal of the season, assisted by Tyler Burns. And then it was the Cody Nielsen show. Cody got 2 goals last night. He gets 2 in the second period and almost got a third. Cody is senior out of Burlingame, California, 5'11", 180. He gets his 4th and 5th goals of the season, and these are his 3rd and 4th goals of the weekend. His first goal tonight, shorthanded goal assisted by Avello Cohen, and then the last goal unassisted to make it 4-1 Wolverines. In the first period, Michigan scored first. Luca Lazarus, his 2nd of the season, assisted by Jackson Leahy. And the Flyers scored a nice shot by Dayton's Brett Smith. He fired one from the right point on a power play, and it got tipped by Leon Swiatkowski up over the glove hand of goaltender Newhart. And it was a goal for Leon Swiatkowski. For Leon, junior out of Mundelein, Illinois. For Leon, his first goal of the season. And that made it 1-1, and that's where we're at after 1 period of play. But then all Wolverines in the second. I'm sure Coach Tony Morris of the Flyers and his staff are going to have some advice for the boys in this intermission. Let's take a look at scores. And we'll first go to college football on this Saturday. Top-ranked Ohio State has defeated Purdue 34-10. In overtime, Louisville knocks off California 26-23. Fourth quarter, Alabama 17, LSU 9. Final score, second-ranked Indiana 27, Penn State 24. Final number 3, Texas A&M 38, 23rd-ranked Missouri 17. Number 5, Georgia 41, Mississippi State 21. That's the final. Number 6, Ole Miss 49, Citadel nothing. That's a final. Number 8, Texas Tech 29, 7th ranked BYU 7. That's a final. Another final, Big Ten, 9th ranked Oregon 18, and 20th ranked Iowa 16. Final, 10th ranked Notre Dame 49, Navy 10. 14th ranked Virginia falls to Wake Forest 16-9. Overtime final, number 15 or 16 rather, Vanderbilt 45, Auburn 38. Final number 18, Miami of Florida 38, Syracuse 10. Final, Wisconsin 13, number 23, Washington 10. And last night, number 19, USC 38, Northwestern 17. National Hockey League today. Final in overtime, Seattle 4, St. Louis 3. First period, Avalanche 2, Oilers nothing. End of 1, Columbus 1, Vancouver, or correction, Columbus nothing, Vancouver nothing. End of the first, Ducks 1, Knights 1. First period, Sharks 1, Panthers nothing. Final in a shootout, Devils 2, Penguins 1. Final in overtime, Senators 3, Flyers 2. Final, Stars 5, Predators 4. Final, Bruins 5, Maple Leafs 3. Another final, Canadiens 6, Mammoth 2. The Canadians are playing well this season. Final, Tampa Bay 3, Washington 2. Final, Islanders 5, Rangers nothing. And one more final, Hurricanes 6, Sabres 3. NBA today. Third quarter, Nuggets 85, Pacers 74. First quarter, Suns 8, Clippers 2. Final. These are all final scores. Dallas 111, Washington 105. Philadelphia 130, Toronto 120. Atlanta 122, LA Lakers 102. Cavaliers 128, Bulls 122. Miami 136, Portland 131. And San Antonio 126. And New Orleans 119. College basketball today, the Dayton Flyers over Maryland, Baltimore County, 77-71. Second half, number 8, Brigham Young, 91. Holy Cross, 51. Number 21, Gonzaga, 17. Oklahoma, 14 in the first half. Final scores, these are all finals. Alabama 103, St. John's 96. That's an upset. Alabama 15th ranked, St. John's 5th ranked. Number 6, Duke 95, Western Carolina 54. Second ranked Houston over Towson 65-48. Number 18, Tennessee 95, Northern Kentucky 56. And 22nd, Michigan State over number 14, Arkansas 66. Those are all final scores in college basketball. So you're up to date on everything going on in the world of sports. Got a few more messages from you folks out there. Benjamin Krowetsky. I hope I'm saying that right, Benjamin. Benjamin says to Steve Stabnick, I think the refs are having a penalty party. I tell you, a wild second period. Anthony White says period of shorthand opportunities. Always look on the bright side of things. Joanna Cohen says, thank you for the terrific play-by-play. Thank you, Joanna. Steve Stabnick says, go Brownie. That was in reference to Michigan Coach Ryan Brown having his discussions, shall we say, with the officials. Got a little bit heated. So that goal at the end of the second did not count. So it remains 4-1 for the Wolverines. Flyers on a power play to start this third and final period from Kettering Ice Arena. My name is Kent Jacobs. I am on hand with our producer engineer Jeff Duford on this Saturday evening. Glad you're with us. It was 1-1 after one period. Looked like a really good game developing, but more the second. A penalty riddled second period that the Wolverines outscored the Flyers 3-0 in. Therefore, lead at 4-1. Wolverines in their maize and blue uniforms, the Flyers in their all navy. Dom Grimaldi in the net to our right, and Grant Newhart in our crease to the left. Flyers on the power play for another minute, 5 seconds. After the Jack White knee penalty. Jack White, his 4th penalty of the game. Declan Ployce, a hard pass over to Swiatkowski over the Michigan line. Swiatkowski being checked by Cohen. Loose puck, Ployce. Back to Swiatkowski. It rims off to the far side to Umhafer. Umhafer trying to center the puck. He's checked and the puck is cleared away. Grimaldi will leave it for Rutherford. 25 seconds left in the Dayton power play. Rutherford lost control of the puck. It's picked up for the Wolverines by Jordan Rivera. He'll clear it right back down the ice. Rutherford again will start out. Rink wide pass off the boards to Ployce. Over the Michigan line, a shot. And the save is made by Newhart. Nice play for the Flyers. Ployce got another good shot away, but Newhart able to stop it. Grant Newhart went over his stats. Senior netminder out of Traverse City, Michigan. Said at the outset of this game, he'll be a tough nut to crack. There's a shot by Irwin blocked. Meichenbaum, a shot, it's tipped and he scores! It was tipped in front. Meichenbaum, the shot, but it was tipped in front by Flyer freshman Finn Harris. That's how you do it. Newhart, a tough nut to crack, but that's how you do it. You shoot toward the net and you get a tip on it. And redirect the puck, and there's nothing the goalie can do in that circumstance. 4-2 now in favor of Michigan. Here comes Liam McCarthy over the Dayton line. A shot, kick save by Grimaldi. Nice save by Dominic. Here comes a shot for the Wolverines. That's tipped wide. That was by Lazarus. Puck squirts back to the blue line and escapes to center ice. Wolverines will circle back. Puck knocked in behind the Dayton net, played by Mike Mygon of the Flyers. Mygon lost the puck to Hutchinson. Hutchinson shot wide of the Dayton net. Here come the Flyers carrying the puck out. Sean Tucker. Tucker bumped off the puck by Brandon Stabnik. Here come the Wolverines. Shot wide off the stick of McCarthy. Or check that. That was Fitzgerald. Flyers trying to get out of their own zone. That goal for the Flyers, Finn Harris, is second of the season, assisted by Meichenbaum and Irwin. Finn Harris, that is his second goal of the weekend. He scored last night. Give and go pass by Lloyd to Burns, and Tyler Burns will dump it in the Dayton zone and head to the bench on a line change. 16:25 to go in the third. 4-2 Michigan. Loose puck picked up by Cohen at center. Left wing pass, Feinstein. Centering pass to Lloyd and a one-time blast caught by Grimaldi, and then there's a skirmish at the Dayton net that's quickly broken up by the officials. Swiatkowski and Leahy involved in that, along with a couple of other players. That was a nice setup pass. I think it was Lloyd with the one-timer. It was right on net. Good save by Dom Grimaldi to keep the Wolverines within reach. From the draw, shot at the Dayton net wide by Feinstein. Flyers pick it up. Meichenbaum pass at center, gets to Swiatkowski over the Michigan line. He's ridden into the end boards by Blake Feinstein. Puck cleared but held in at the right point by Meichenbaum. A tip at the puck by Swiatkowski wide of the Michigan net. JT Koulis holds the puck in, but he's ridden into the boards by Gumma. Wolverines try to start out. Feinstein, checked by Swiatkowski, steals the puck. Back to the right point for Meichenbaum. It kicks out of the zone. Here come the Wolverines the other way. Check that was Noah Gumma, but whistled down on an offside at the Dayton blue line. 15:19 to go in the third. I got a message from Ellie Newhart. Hello, Ellie. How are you tonight? She says, go Grant Newhart, the Michigan goalkeeper tonight. Here come the Wolverines. Liam McCarthy over the Dayton line. He'll drop it in the Dayton zone. Centering pass, but it gets past the intended Wolverine and kicks to center ice. Here's Tom Rutherford for Dayton. Checked into the boards by Jack White. Declan Poise trying to make a play. Rutherford for Brett Jones, a shot wide. Rutherford far corner of the Michigan zone. He's checked. Tries to drop it off to Jones. Loose puck. Mygon holds it in, shoots it at the Wolverine net just wide. Umhafer behind the net. Rutherford looking to make a play. Back to Brett Smith. His shot blocked. Puck rolls to neutral ice, and it's cleared behind the Dayton net by Morgan Rothstein. Wolverines on a line change. Here is Cody Nielsen, lost the puck, and it's cleared away. It carries the length of the ice. It'll be icing on the Dayton Flyers. And hold on, folks. Grant Newhart appears to be injured. He comes to the Michigan bench. Looks like he's favoring a lower body, like his left leg. So Grant Newhart, we'll see if he's able to remain in the game or not. It looks like he is being escorted to the bench. So timeout Michigan. It looks like a goaltender change. Griffin Kyron spelled Keighron. Sophomore out of Rochester, Michigan, 6'3", 180 pounds. He's been in one game. He had a very good game. He only gave up one goal. A one even goals against average for that game and a .955 save percentage in that contest. Teammate Carson Lloyd will go out and have a word with him. So we wish the best for Grant Newhart. Hopefully his injury is not going to keep him out of any further play. What? My master's in Eastern Michigan. Oh, Eastern Michigan. Oh. That they just turned out last year. Oh, really? Okay. Are there any more chats? I've lost my chat. This last year. Okay, we got a message from Dave Reed. Hi, Dave. He says, hi, Kent. Great job on the broadcast. Thank you, Dave, all weekend. So expecting a little better results on the ice. Keep it entertaining. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate that. That's a very nice comment. Thank you very much. Well, we're hoping for some better results, but it ain't over yet. 4-2. Flyers, they can score the next goal in the game, will be right there. Face off in the Dayton zone. It is Brandon Stabnick going up against Finn Harris. Puck dropped. There's a shot from the face-off by Stabnick. And it's caught by Grimaldi, and he'll hold on to it. 13:43 to go in the third. Flyers desperately need to get the next goal of this game. Puck loose along the far boards in the Dayton zone. Puck shot wide of the net. After it, Stabnick and Hutchinson coming away with it. Nick Leiter circles the slot, cuts behind the net, and has ridden into the end boards. Flyers clear the puck. Racing after it for Dayton, Luke Federico, but has it taken away. Puck rolls to the center red line, picked up there by Leiter. Leiter bumped off the puck. Snyder has it. Snyder ridden into the end boards behind his own net. Wolverines will dump it right back in. That was Avello Cohen. 4-2, Michigan leads it. There's a shot and swatted away by Grimaldi with the big paddle stick. That was off the stick of Avello Cohen, and Grimaldi just whacks that up over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. So Grant Newhart has left the game. Dom Grimaldi, the other starting goalie, he was shaken up earlier, but was able to remain in the contest. Avello Cohen checked behind his own net. There's a shot. Pad save. Asher Irwin, a nice shot from the left point. Almost found its way in the net, but a pad save by Kyron. Now the other way, a shot by Evan Fitzgerald just wide of the Dayton net. Under 12 minutes to go. Puck behind the Dayton net now. Irwin picks it up. Drops it off to Tucker. He's checked. Wolverines maintain possession. Here's Cohen, a shot. Off a skate wide. Off to the corner. Now along the near boards. Puck centered. It's intercepted and flipped to center. Here's Cohen back over the Dayton line. He has it poke checked away. Wolverines maintain possession in the Dayton zone. Asher Irwin prodding at the puck. There's a shot from the right point by Michigan's Morgan Rothstein, and it's caught by Grimaldi, and he'll hold on to it. There's another shot at the Dayton net. Grimaldi down flat on his back. He's able to cover it. Got a message from our pal, Louise Sclafani. Hey, Louise, how's it going? Nice to hear from you tonight. Hope everything's going well. She says, let's go Flyers. Louise is the mother of a former Flyer, Liam McClymans, who graduated last year. Great to hear from Louise. Here's Jackson Reed, a shot. Pad save by Kyron. Puck picked up by Lazarus. Can't clear it. Puck centered in front of the Michigan net, but cleared away. Declan Ployce back to get it. It'll be an icing violation against the Wolverines. So nice to hear from you, Louise. Louise Sclafani, she a couple of times dropped off some deep dish frozen pizzas to Jeff and I. There's a shot from the draw, pad saved by Kyron. That was good stuff. Lou Malnati's. Is that right, Louise? That was the name of the pizza parlor she got those from. She's from Chicago, and she gave us those authentic Windy City deep dish pizzas. From the face-off, a shot by the Flyers. Liam Burns is wide. And we've got a whistle. The third period has been relatively clean, as opposed to the wild and woolly second period. We had penalty after penalty. From the draw in the Michigan zone. Wolverines. Clayton Pryall tries to clear it out. Does down the ice. It's a foot race. Picking it up for the Flyers, Brett Smith. And now we've got a whistle. What do we have, guys? Referee Schreiner tells the Wolverines to get their line change out. No penalty on the play. I don't know what happened on that. The puck got covered up or something, but they'll have a face-off in the Dayton zone, left wing circle. Cohen holds it in, right point. Pass over for teammate Fitzgerald. Long shot wide from the left point. Fitzgerald gets it back. Rink wide Cohen. Right point shot, pad save. Rebound to the near corner. Wolverines trying to hold it in the Dayton zone. Behind the net, Lloyd. Lloyd tied up. Still prodding at it. There's a blast that's tipped wide by Dante Munger. Hammer shot that got tipped wide of the Dayton net. Trying to work in front is Nick Leiter, and his backhand shot was wide. Another shot at the Dayton net, and Grimaldi's got it, and again he appears to be in discomfort. Grimaldi shaken up earlier, and he went down to his knees to make that stop. Declan Ployce checking on him, but he appeared to be in some type of discomfort after that save, but he remains in the game. 9:11 to go. In period number 3, Michigan leading Dayton 4-2. For the Flyers, Mike Burke. Burke trying to clear the puck. It ricochets off a stick right back in the Dayton zone, picked up by Ployce. Ployce gets around Regalado. Wolverines take the puck back over. Here's Evan Fitzgerald. And we've got a whistle. And we'll have a stoppage of play. .8:40 to go in the third. Flyers need to get the puck back in the other end of the rink. It's been held in the Dayton zone for a while now. It's cleared out. But the Wolverines maintain possession in their own zone. There's a touch pass by Rivera. Intercepted and cleared back behind the Michigan net. Here's Jackson Reed for the Flyers. Chasing after Evan Fitzgerald. Loose puck, Reed. Wrist shot, pad save by Kyron. A blast for the Flyers by Brett Smith is deflected wide. Behind the net, Swiatkowski pinned to the wall by, looks like Rothstein. Flyers hold the puck in. Brett Smith ridden down to the ice. Here come the Wolverines the other way. Here comes Jordan Rivera, but a nice play by Asher Irwin to make him veer off from heading right at the Dayton net. Ployce will dump it in, then head out for a line change. Here come the Wolverines. There's a big check by Umhafer on Hutchinson. Wolverines are able to dump it in behind the Dayton net. 7 minutes to go in the third. Here comes Owen Meichenbaum. He gets past Lloyd. Sends it in. Trying to hold it in the Michigan zone. Ployce. Shoved off by Feinstein. There's a shot at the Dayton net, and it's a save made by Kyron, and he'll hold on to it. 6 minutes, 43 seconds left. Face off in the Wolverine zone. We have a not a big crowd tonight, but the corners are all filled up, and they're a very vocal crowd tonight. We had a bigger crowd last night, but I think they're more vocal tonight. There's a lunging shot by Ployce from the faceoff is wide of the net. Now Umhafer knocked down by Gumma. Now the other way, the Wolverines shoot and score. That's a tough one. Makes it 5-2. It looks like the goal was scored by Lloyd. We'll wait for the announcement on the goal. I was looking at that play over here in the Michigan end where one player got knocked down, was trying to identify who made the check, and I turned back and they already had the puck in the Dayton net. It is Carson Lloyd on the goal. For Mr. Lloyd, a senior out of Englewood, Colorado, his third of the season, assisted by Cody Nielsen. And for Nielsen, that's his third point of the game, as he has also scored 2 goals. Now we've got a penalty on the Wolverines. I believe it's Nick Leiter. Six minutes and 3 seconds to go. We'll wait for the announcement. I believe it was on Leiter. We'll wait for the announcement. Here's Rutherford, a blast. Blocked in front. Ployce trying to get a whack at it. Umhafer after it. Here's Ployce's shot. Blocked by the Wolverines' Jack White. So it was a cross check on Leiter. That is the 8th penalty on Michigan. They have doubled up the Flyers. Dayton has had 4 penalties. Jack White has 4 of those penalties. And Jackson Leahy has 2 of them. Here's Declan Ployce. Over the Michigan line on right wing, centers Rutherford, and he's ridden down to the ice. Before he can make a play on that pass, here's Swiatkowski. Leon Swiatkowski Drops it off to Rutherford and trying to work in front. Poke checked away by Michigan's Justin Hutchinson. Wolverines clear the puck. Grimaldi out of the net to leave it for Brett Smith. 45 seconds left in the one-man advantage for Dayton. Here's Jackson Reed. Drops it off to Koulis. Back to Reed. Right wing over the Michigan line. Pass intercepted. Here come the Wolverines the other way. Dumping it in is Sam Karp, and then he'll head to the bench. 5-2 Michigan, 4:20 to go in the game. It's been a very entertaining, hard-hitting affair this afternoon. Meichenbaum, a nice move to get past Lloyd, or Stabnik rather. Then he's bumped off the puck by Munger, and they go down. There's a shot by the Flyers. Asher Irwin blocked. Here come the Wolverines, 2-on-1 the other way. A shot, they score! 2-on-1 breakaway. That's an even strength goal. It is Nick Leiter, and out of the penalty box. And the Michigan Wolverines now lead it 6-1. Nick Leiter, freshman out of Northfield, Michigan, his 12th goal of the season to lead this Michigan team. And his third goal of the weekend, he scored twice last night. Avello Cohen with the assist on that play. For the Flyers, Mike Mygon ridden into the boards by Leiter. And now there's a brief scuffle between Mygon and Noah Gumma. And we'll see if there are penalties that come out of that. Oh, yeah, Mygon will go to the penalty box, as will Gumma. Probably roughing. Eric Schreier asks for order. Yeah, both of them roughing. That was my guess, that they were both shoving each other. So Gumma for roughing and Mygon for roughing. Three minutes and 7 seconds to go in this one. 6-1 in favor of Michigan. They won last night 6-5 in overtime. Face off just outside the Michigan zone at center. Tom Rutherford trying to poke check the puck away. Here comes Tommy over the Michigan line. Rink wide pass for Jones. Tries to return the pass. It's intercepted and cleared away by Munger. And we've got a slash at Rutherford. The Michigan player just took a swing with the stick. That is, I believe, is it Tyler Burns? Or is it Munger? I think it's Munger. Munger's been involved in a couple of scuffles. Or is it Burns? Okay. It's not Burns. Oh, wait a minute. Now they're calling a penalty on the Flyers. The Michigan player took a swing at Rutherford literally with a stick. That's got to be something. Even if Rutherford initiated the scuffle, the Michigan player just took a whack at the upper body or near the head of Rutherford, but I don't think they called a penalty on the Michigan player. I think that was either Burns or Munger, is either number 15 or 18. No penalty on Michigan on that play. Here is Nick Leiter, a shot at the Flyer net is wide. So Michigan on a power play. Leading at 6-1 with 2:15 to go. Here comes Michigan's Sam Karp. Checked after he entered the Dayton zone. Here come the Wolverines. Sam Karp, top of the slot, looking to make a play. Karp still has it. Left point. Now over for Leiter. Back to Karp. Karp will fire, and he scores! Sam Karp. Well, he had quite a bit of puck possession on that sequence. And Leiter gives the puck back to him, top of the slot, and he's able to fire it in the Dayton net, and the Wolverines lead at 7-2. That's a power play goal. And for Sam Karp, that is his second goal of the season. Nice wrist shot by Sam Karp. .35 seconds left in the coincidental minors. Flyers, Finn Harris trying to hold it in the Michigan zone. He's checked along the far boards. Loose puck, Lloyd drops it off for Hutchinson. They fight for it in the corner. Lloyd lost it. Flyers clear it. Up ahead, Harris. Riding shotgun with Brett Smith. Shoots! He scores! Brett Smith on a nice setup. And for Brett Smith, senior out of Pittsburgh, that is his third goal of the season. Nice setup there on that play, and they get one in past Kyron, and it's now 7-3 in favor of Michigan. Kyron out of the net, being bumped by Irwin. There's a tip at the Michigan net just wide. Flyers almost scored again. 1 minute left in the game. For the Wolverines, here comes Liam McCarthy trying to get a shot away, but couldn't get the handle on the puck. Flyers clear up ahead for Rutherford. He would have had a breakaway. We've got a delayed penalty or a delayed whistle. Now we've got a whistle. I thought that referee left was going to call something, but did not. We've got 28 seconds left. Here's a shot at the Michigan net is wide. 23 seconds left. Tucker to Rutherford. Rutherford, right point Meichenbaum, sidesteps it checked and gets it poke checked away before he could pull the trigger on a shot. Back comes Leiter. Leiter centers one, and it's tipped wide by Blake Feinstein, and that ends the game. Well, very entertaining game, I would say. The Wolverines win it by a score of 7-3. The teams will line up for a handshake after they confer with each other. There's the referees conferring for a moment, and now the teams will line up. Dom Grimaldi will head to the front of the line to start the handshake. 7-3, the final score. The Michigan Wolverines, they sweep the weekend series here in Dayton, winning 6-5 in overtime last night. We'll go over the scoring, then we'll set up a 3-star awards for the night. Michigan started the scoring in the first period. It was Luca Lazarus with his second of the season, assisted by Jackson Leahy, and it was 1-0 Michigan. The Flyers tied it up. Leon Swiatkowski tipped in a shot from Brett Smith at the right point. A power play goal, also assisted by Colin Umhafer for Leon Swiatkowski. It was his first goal of the season, and it was 1-1 after one period of play. Second period, it was all Wolverines. A penalty-riddled second period. But Carson Lloyd, senior out of Englewood, Colorado, scored his third goal of the season, assisted by Tyler Burns. And it was 2-1 Wolverines. And then it came the Cody Nielsen show. Cody, a short-handed goal, assisted by Avello Cohen. It was 3-1 Michigan. And then Nielsen got another goal before the end of the period, unassisted. And after two, it was 4-1 Michigan. Then came the third period. The Flyers were able to get back in the game. Finn Harris with a goal, a great shot, assisted by Owen Meichenbaum and by Asher Irwin for Finn Harris, the freshman out of Chicago, his second goal of the season, second goal of the weekend, as he scored last night as well. And it was 4-2, and we thought maybe they can get back in this thing. But then came a goal by Michigan's Carson Lloyd, and for Lloyd, his second of the night and fourth of the season, assisted by Cody Nielsen, and it was 5-2. And then came Nick Leiter, freshman out of Northfield, Michigan, for Leiter, his 12th of the season, assisted by Avello Cohen, and it was 6-2. And then came Michigan's Sam Karp with a power play goal, and then finally the scoring rounded out by the Flyers' Brett Smith. I did not get assist on that play. I didn't get assist on the Karp goal either, but at any rate, so, and that's how things wound up, 7-3 tonight in favor of Michigan. Let's handle a 3 stars for tonight's game. I'm going to give the number 3 star of the game to Brett Smith of Dayton, as he had a goal and an assist. Number 2 star is going to go to Michigan. And let's see. We've got. What's it was? Going to give the number 2 star to Carson Lloyd of Michigan. Carson with 2 goals on the game, third and fourth of the season. He's our number 2 star. Number 1 star of the game, we will give that to Cody Nielsen. Cody Nielsen with 2 goals and an assist. So he got 3 points tonight. Last night, Nielsen was the number 2 star last night. Leiter last night with 2 goals and 2 assists was the number 1 star last night. Today it's Cody Nielsen with 2 goals and an assist. See if we got a message from Steve Stabnick. Hi, Steve. Great job once again on play-by-play. Thank you very much. Appreciate that very, very much. Much better game by the boys in blue tonight. Go blue. Thanks, Steve, and congratulations to the Wolverines. They had a great game tonight, and they were able to pull it out last night to sweep the weekend series. And this was were conference games, tri-state conference games. And so the Wolverines increased their standing in the league after this weekend. But thank you for the nice comments, Steve. The hard hat, I tell you what, I am going to give the hard hat of the game to the young man who had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 penalties on the game, and that is Jack White. And of Michigan, we dedicate the Michigan penalty box tonight to the Jack White celebrity penalty box for the evening. Poor Jack with 4 penalties, sophomore out of Jackson, Michigan. But I'm going to give him the hard hat of the game because obviously all those penalties, he had to be playing rough and tough out there, so we'll give him the hard hat. So that's going to do it. What were our final shots, Jeff? Did you?
Dayton had 31 shots on Wolverines, and the Wolverines had 42 on Dayton.
Okay. Well, the ratio better than last night. It was 2-1, 40-24 last night. Tonight, Michigan 42 shots, Dayton 31. So a little bit better for Dayton in that stat. So, well, we appreciate everybody joining us this weekend. It's been a fun weekend of games. We have a couple more chats before we wrap things up. Jason Munger says, thanks for the great broadcast and play-by-play. Thank you, Jason. Very nice. Thank you very much. And Will Harris says, great job with the broadcast. So thank you for all the nice comments. And we appreciate it. And it's been fun. A couple of games, everybody. Hopefully the Flyers can get back on the winning ways in their next contest. Let me see. Let me bring up their schedule. Our next Flyer action. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring up the schedule. Here we go. Okay, so the Flyers' next action will be against Louisville. They play at Louisville next Friday, and then it looks like home next Saturday, the 15th. Is that a Saturday, the 15th? And it doesn't give a time. Do you see a time? It just, yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Home is red. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be here, but it doesn't give a time. So it looks like they're at Louisville next, or this upcoming Friday, and then home against Louisville Saturday, but we don't know when. so, so turn on the Dayton Flyer Hockey YouTube channel around 6 o'clock in the evening and just let it sit. Start at noon. Start at noon, and I don't know, but we'll have to find out. You'll have to get it from the player that you're affiliated with, I guess, to see when the time is. It'll probably be posted on the Dayton Flyers Instagram page, is what they've been using a lot for announcements. So keep an eye on the Dayton Flyers Instagram page, and we'll find out when it is. So thanks a lot again, everybody. Been a lot of fun this weekend. Congrats to the Wolverines on good weekend of hockey. And the Flyers, they played rough and tough. There was certainly no lack of effort on the Flyer part this weekend. They played very tough against a very good Michigan team, but fell a little bit short. So thanks again, everybody, for your participation in the chats and for your nice comments. We'll wrap things up. Speaking for our producer engineer, Jeff Duford, my name is Kent Jacobs. Once again, the final score tonight, the Michigan Wolverines 7 and the Dayton Flyers 3. With the win, Michigan goes to 7-4, 6-2-1 in the league. With the regulation loss tonight, the Flyers dropped to 3-8-2, and in the league 2-4, 2-1, or rather 0-4 with 2 overtime wins and 1 overtime loss. So that'll do it. Thanks again. And we want to wish you a good weekend and good night, everybody, from Kettering, Ohio. Have a good night, everybody.